Hello, everybody. I am yet again Price McKinney. Simply put, and as always, I want to thank you for tuning in and listening. Facebook, Instagram, TikTok, simply put by your boy Price McKinney. YouTube on Tuesdays, simply put podcast with your boy Price McKinney. So, want to hit go. Make your person a priority, not the priority. Because if you can't take care of you, or you're not in position to be who you need to be for them, then that's a problem. So make your person a priority and you're the priority. You've got to be first, and that's okay. There's nothing wrong with that. Doesn't mean you're selfish, heartless. No, somebody's got to be in the front. This is what it is. So make your person a priority. Why is that important? Because how else are they gonna know that you care, that they matter, that they make a difference, that they're significant in your life, that they have some kind of importance? It's a, so, and I'm a football fanatic, Cowboy fan, and for the record, we're going to the championship this year. All is about to change. So every year there's a draft, and there's 274 people that get drafted, right? I don't care how many people you have on your roster or your list. There can only be one at the top of that list, and that one is your person. You're not in this list because you're a part of it. You've got to pick somebody. So in your picking, that person has to be your priority. Now, I'm not saying, let me be clear. If you're in the intro, the very beginning stages of dating, and you're trying to figure this part of it out, you're not there yet, that is totally okay, because you've got to spend some time and you've got to talk. That's how you get to this point. Once you get to this point and you choose this person to be your person, then that's when that shifts. That's when they become numero uno. Because if you're putting everything else and everybody else, I've seen this 1,008 times, where people get in a relationship and they still want the fellas still want to hang out with their boys. It's cool. There's nothing wrong with that. You just got to keep this in perspective and keep it balanced. You ain't got to cut them off. You ain't got to just completely disconnect or disassociate yourself with your people that have been with you all along the way, long before this person came into the picture. As long as they are not creating conflict in your relationship, or they've not become a problem towards your relationship, or treating your person funny because they thought they were next, or the one up and coming. Those are the ones you got to cut off. If it's a problem for your person and it's causing issues in your relationship, I don't care if you just started, I don't care if you've been married 920 years. If that's a problem, then you're going to have to cut some cords. And that's a hard thing to do. Yes, I get it. I know. But and I've had to do it before, and I have no problem at this. Now, granted, I'm not in a relationship, but once it comes to that point, I have no problem whatsoever. Nern. Not y'all pray for me. Not not nary or nern. Do I need to spell it? Not nary or nern. I don't have a problem with it, because once I make this choice, once I make this decision, in order for us to be at peace and commune together as we need to, and for my relationship to become a success, I'm gonna have to cut some ties. Now, if the people that are around me or around you are okay and they're not tripping and everything is everything, not a problem. Then you don't have to do that. But you've got to make it clear and be certain. It's got to be known, because it's too often you have, for example, you get involved with this person, y'all are married, y'all are, this is your significant other, even if you're not to point of getting married yet, and you take them take them around your friends, take them around your family, and you're treating them second class. Everything and everybody else goes in front of them. That is a problem. If you're married, if you're already involved, and that's where you are going to have to fix that ASAP and immediately. Let me repeat, ASAP and immediately. If you can't do that, then you need to get out of the relationship. Let that person go. You move on. Let them go where they need to go and be who they need to be. Because it's not fair to them for you to hang on just because, whatever the case may be, and you're not treating them the way they need to be treated. Because ultimately, the goal is for the two of you to become one, for the two of you to be partners, for the two of you to build a circle between the two of you. And you're going to have to keep people and situations and circumstances out of your relationship if you want your relationship to be a success. You've got to set goals for your relationship. We set goals for everything, and for money, for our jobs, for our careers, for our professions, what kind of house we want, what kind of car we want to drive, how much money we want to have in the bank, how many kids we want to have. We set goals for everything and any and everything except for our relationships with that person. Set goals for your relationship, just like you set goals for everything else. Put that person in the front. Like I said before in the draft, make that person your pick. Even if you have 920 people you can pick from, that person has to know they are it. That there is no other option. There is no other choice. It is you by yourself, and you alone. And you got to stick to that. Come, as my daddy used to say, come hell or high water. You got to stick with that person. Y'all might be rowing in the boat. She got one paddle, bro. You got the other one. Her paddle left. You still got one. You swap hands. Do whatever you got to, but y'all in it together. The most important thing is y'all are in that boat together. Whether you got two paddles or one, whether your arm get tired and she got the strength, it don't matter. Y'all are in it together. And again, make your person a priority. Make sure you're in place, you're in position. Well, what do you mean? You said all of this, and what do you mean by making a priority? They've got to take precedence. They've got to be in position, have rank, have status for you, to you. They got to take precedence, be in position, have rank, but you've got to put them there. That's the key. They can't just waltz in and force themselves in. You got to. That's on you, sir. That's on you, ma'am. You determine where they are within your life. That's your decision. And how you treat them will tell them everything they need to know. Like Cat Williams said, everything. Yes. God Almighty. Lord help me. How you treat them and how you deal with them would tell them exactly where they are within your life, what they are to you. So again, and I repeat, if you can't make them that, and you feel like, okay, this ain't really it, say so. We're grown, folks. I'm not talking to kids. We're grown. Be man enough, be woman enough to say whatever needs to be said if you can't give them that. Let somebody else, maybe you're not the person. Maybe you're not the one. Maybe you figured out they're not the person. Maybe you figured out they're not the one. Totally okay. Doesn't mean you're a bad person. It doesn't mean they're jacked up. It doesn't mean any of that. It just means there's somebody else that I need to put on my roster. There's somebody else for this position. Be man enough, be woman enough to say that. We've got to stop playing games with people and playing with people's hearts. Can't do that. Life is too short. People are checking out of here day by day. I've got now why I don't even like looking at Facebook because there's always somebody that is passed. It's almost like watching the news now. So I said that to say time is valuable. Time is important. You're important. You're valuable, right? So make sure you're taking care of yourself. Make sure you're in position to where once you decide to pick somebody, or if you already have somebody, just reassess. Take a TV timeout and figure out, okay, where are we right now? Sometimes you might have to sit down, just stop everything, sit down and have that pep rally. Sit down face to face. Hey, we need to talk about where we are because it's something is missing here. Sit down and talk about it. Everything with the relationships, time and talk. So again, make that person a priority. If you cannot, say so. Again, I'm Price McKinney, simply put, Facebook, Instagram, TikTok, simply put by your boy Price McKinney, and most importantly, YouTube on Tuesdays. If you have not already, like, subscribe, leave a comment, watch a video. It is free and it doesn't hurt. It doesn't hurt at all. So again, I'm Price McKinney, simply put. I want to thank you for listening, and I promise you, I'll see you soon.